Hello there and welcome. My name is John Segers from Gare Electric, the automation group, and today I'm going to be showing you Connect to Components Workbench. I'm going to be connecting to small PowerFlex 4M simple VFD drive, and I'm connecting to the drive with our direct drive connection cable that you can purchase. That is known as the 1203-USB. That connects to our component class drives like PowerFlex 4 class and 5 class, and also our PowerFlex 7 class drives. So for now, what I'll do is there's three different options when you open up your software. You can do new, so you can start a new project offline, like pick a drive manually. You can open an existing file, and then you can discover. So when we're connected on a network or with a direct USB cable to the drive from our PC, we can discover a drive and connect to it live. So that's what I'll do here. And there it is. So when we're using our 1203 USB, we're connecting with the ABDF1 driver, kind of like connecting serially with a PLC. And there's certain settings for that. So there won't be a logo of the actual drive. It'll be either the component class drive's drive serial interface, this DSI logo, so you're connected to the one drive, or it'll be a DPI logo for the higher end drives, the architecture class 7 class drives. So we'll just hit OK here. You can see we're connected to the drive there. And now we're connected to the drive. So you'll see we're in green here. Up in the top right corner, you have your options here to connect, disconnect, upload, download to the drive. And you have a picture of the drive with basically the drive that you're connected to with the rating. So there's a single phase input 110 volt drive. It's 1/4 horsepower. It's on revision 2 for the firmware revision. And then we'll have a bunch of menu items here on the left hand side. So we have this overview page that we're on right now. We can click into going into more specifically on parameters. So I'll just show you that. So we can get into the parameter list live with the drive that we're on there right now. So we can look at the whole linear list of the drive's parameters. And it's a very long list. We can also split the, so actually it's showing us all ports. So there's parameters, a little few that are settings for this cable, the 1203 USB, so we're not worried about that. So I'll click on the PowerFlex 4M, and again now we're into the parameters specifically for the drive, all parameters, so it's a whole linear list. I can also split viewing the parameters of the drive based on the different groups within the drive. So there's display parameters. So here we're just having only the parameters, a shorter list of the display parameters. So just information that's coming back to you, such as what speed the drive's running at, DC bus voltage, any fault codes, any other items. Maybe you want to check the digital in status, which ones are on or off. Basic program, so we're putting in motor nameplate data and just some settings for the drive on that. So if we want to start from the keypad, or do we want to start from the communication port, the serial interface port, something like that. Excel decel times. Terminal blocks, there'd be some settings for terminal blocks, usually if you're doing preset speeds or if you want to do a clear fault. The digital in 1 and digital in 2 for this particular drive. So we have some settings for that, and then obviously anything on analog inputs and outputs and relay outputs. Communications, so just any settings for communications for the drive. Advanced programs, usually advanced parameters that are a little beyond the basic program group. So maybe other decel and Excel profiles and more settings for speeds, managing the bus, and all those kinds of items there. So let's go back to all parameters. Another feature here that's really cool is you can filter. So I'll just quickly grab in something here, the word status. So if I start typing status in, it'll only show me parameters with the word status in its parameter name, so you can zero in on a parameter so you don't have to go looking for it as much. And that could be done in any of the groups also. We can also show non-defaults, so that'll be specifically, I think this drive is set to default, so it's not showing me nothing. So if I click on show non-defaults, any parameters you changed away from out of the box defaulted settings, will show you just the parameter lists that are just of the changed parameters. So that's pretty nice there. Just navigating through here to diagnostic items, so we can check on all kinds of other things again. So here's on the drive, so there's no diagnostics found in this case. But if it's all ports, there might be a list. So in more advanced drives, there'd be different diagnostics items that you can see. Fault and alarms. We're able to check out if there's any faults that are here. Obviously, we don't have any fault items in here at all. Again, this drive has been reset to default recently. If there would be any faults, they'd be listed in this area here. This is port 0 to the drive itself. If there's other ports, it could be cards on a more advanced drive for accessory cards. So you can clear the actual fault that there is. It says clear trip. Or if there's a list of faults and you just want a fresh, clean slate, you don't want to see any of the faults from the past, you can hit clear queue. Information, device information. So if maybe you need some deeper down information about the drive, you're on the phone with tech support with Rockwell Automation. They may ask for information if you're connected to your drive live or you have the offline file saved. You'd be able to grab that information there. Wizards. So there'd be a startup wizard here that we can also launch. And I'll just give you a quick glance at that. So we hit start. It'll be a simpler way of just, instead of going through all the parameters. And I'll just quickly click through these. So you can reset the default parameters from the beginning. And then we just go page by page, very simple information to enter. So your nameplate data, what kind of stop mode, if you want a coast to stop ramp. You can do a live direction test. In more advanced drives that run Sensus Vector, we can run an auto tune from the PC here. Running your accel and decel rates, there's a pictorial view of that and give you some idea of what parts and stuff you're adjusting. You can, disable reverse operation by unchecking. Where's your speed control coming from? All your digital inputs, relay outputs kind of thing. And then at the end, there'll be a change summary here to tell you what to do when you hit the finish button. There'll be changes applied to your drive, so you'll be able to review that. So I can either hit cancel or finish here. I didn't do anything. An address, this could be for more communication, more advanced when we're getting into basically a network drive. Just to let you know also, control bar, so we can launch that. It'll give you a bit of a warning message here. And we're able to, from the software, you just got to make sure your communication port is set to take speed reference or start commands. So we have the ability to start and stop the drive, jog it, change direction, and use this slide bar over here to adjust speed. So you can play around with it through the software, sitting at your table in front of the control panel or even remotely. Obviously, the message came up that could be damage to equipment or injury to people if you're not closely watching or working with someone, obviously, to watch over the application. But usually good in setups when you're nearby the machine, but you're connected with the serial interface or 1203 USB cable or a network. So you'll be able to do that. Again, it'll just kind of say maybe something's operational and give you a warning there. So the software does look a little different because I'm running version 11 right now. And previous versions had a different look. For a lot of these items were along the top here and bigger buttons and all that. Another item that's really cool to show you before we end this video is the compare function. So you're able to compare the drive to default or to a file, another file, or to compare it to a device. So in this case, let's just launch the compare to default. So it's just working away. It's pulling up all the latest parameters, uploading from the drive. And basically it's telling me we know this drive was defaulted anyways. So the project which we're in and the physical device we're connected to are identical. So there's no difference. But if there would be a difference, it would be showing you some differences there. So if I went into change a parameter here, and we wanted to change just how we start our drive, so communication port, let's say, right? and I go back into my overview. So we made one parameter change, and that was live with the drive. Now I can compare the defaults there, and it should show us that difference. And again, it shows us now the difference. So the project has COM port, the drive was still keypad, or the default scenario of a drive would be keypad. So I just wanted to show you guys all these little bit of a navigating through. So Connected Components Workbench is our software that we use going forward. It's unlike Drive Executive or Drive Tools SP, which many of you may be used to. Drive Tools does not work with the newest drives that we have, like the PowerFlex 520 series and pretty much the PowerFlex 755T series of drives that are out. So Connected Components Workbench as a standalone software is the way to go. So hopefully this video helps you with just checking things out and wanting to use Connected Components Workbench. If you have any questions, just give us a call at Gear Electric Automation Group, and we'd be happy to help. Thank you.